Trav, let's talk current Patriots.
All right.
Let's talk the current pillar, the current face of the franchise, Drake Maye. So he's making his rounds, was on Good Morning Football over on NFL Network, was on Up and Adams.
Yeah.
I think she's like with FanDuel. It's like a FanDuel network. It's on YouTube, her show, whenever I watch it. It is FanDuel. Our producer, Ethan, confirms it with me. Thank you, Ethan. I want to get right to it. Here's Drake Maye when talking about Mike Vrabel, his now head coach.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think big thing is kind of, I think a year one, year two is people always talking about just taking a jump. For me, just trying to improve in certain areas. So I think one way is protecting the football. I think I can protect the football better and be better in situational moments. I think that can be huge for myself. So, the big thing for me is get the guys going. I think, Coach Vrabel was talking about, coaching us up hard and, getting the right guys in the locker room. I think that's, huge. So getting the guys done it in New England and knows what it's like to have success. I'm looking forward to having him there and excited.
He's excited to have some experience leading this team.
We're excited too, Drake.
That's what you want to hear. That guy's a leader.
Yes.
He is young. He's only entering year 2.
Yeah.
But I said it, like, go watch the games. Anyone can watch it. You see it. The eye test.
Yeah.
He is there. It's everything he does as a leader. Like him at the podium on Wednesdays, he doesn't say anything groundbreaking.
No.
He's not like charismatic.
No.
He does the right thing of answering without answering.
That's
if
right.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's when you read between the lines of his answers, I go, damn, this guy is a effing leader.
Yep.
Like, I would want to play for him. He's accountable. He backs his guys. He takes ownership. And you know what? He takes accountability when it's not his fault. But he's excited to now have that in a head coach, and someone's going to establish a culture. I'm excited for Drake Maye because he went through it at UNC, playing with bad offensive lines, bad receiver rooms.
Yeah.
His last year, really, at UNC, year before he had a lot of talent around him. And he went through it his rookie season. So hearing him talk about Mike Vrabel like that on Good Morning Football, that's big from Drake Maye.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, you and I both wanted, when this started and we thought Drake Maye would get fired, we both talked about it would be great to have a young offensive mind, whether it's Ben Johnson or whoever's. We were both, you and I, ready to move on to the offensive side of the ball in terms of big picture. It didn't go that way. They went Vrabes. You and I both like Vrabes. We like the hire, so there's no beef here. But at the end of the day, it is a defensive-minded head coach. So what that tells me, even with Josh McDaniels being here, George, is that Drake Maye is going to be asked to manage games. Defensive-minded head coaches are all the same. I don't care what your name is. Insert Vrabel, insert Pete Carroll, insert whoever's. If you're a defensive-minded head coach, they all do the same damn thing. They want to run the ball, be physical, punch you in the mouth offensively, and they ask their quarterbacks to manage. And then on defense, they punch you in the mouth too. Mm-hmm. That's every defensive coach ever, okay? So I think, because McDaniels is here, you're still going to be able to develop this kid, but I don't think we're going to see these video game numbers from him. I'm excited that he is excited to work with Mike Vrabel, a guy who's led a team before, but I just hope that Drake Maye's open to see Justin Herbert in L.A. I think we're going to get a lot of that. Justin Herbert was a lot more efficient this year. He wasn't asked to do as much as he has been in the past. We saw that with Josh Allen, too, to a certain extent. So I just think, even though Drake Maye is happy to be here, I hope there's no, feeling like I'm going to be unleashed. No, you're not. You're going to manage the game. You're going to get better incrementally.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get you some weapons, which will help.
Yeah.
But I just don't think we're ever, under Vrabel anyway, going to see this kid throwing the ball all over the yard, George. I really don't.
You know what? Now, Mike Vrabel has said in answers in a short time as head coach of the Patriots, he's like, look, we're not going to throw 40 times a game.
Right.
He's like, I just don't think that's efficient and leads to winning.
Well,
but I credit to him, point blank period, when he was asked, hey, you ran the ball a lot. He goes, yeah, I had Derrick Henry. He's my best player. He will build. I believe in Mike Vrabel going into Josh McDaniels' offense in a very simple way and going, 10 is the best player on the offense.
Yes.
Build it around him. And Josh is going to look at him and go, yep.
Yeah.
He's not even, he could say, yeah, no-ish. I was thinking that since day one.
Yeah.
He's not been staying, living wherever he was, Westwood or Canton or Walpole or
No,
Rentham.
we found out. It was kind of a letdown. He lives right by Foxborough, remember? And we
Is
were
he
like,
in Foxborough? Yeah, you're like, I want him on a compound on Nantucket.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, I don't want any of
Take
that.
a chopper to work every day. That'd be awesome.
Honestly, say if he lived, like you thought Brookline maybe, if he took a helicopter from Nantucket to Foxborough every
Every
day,
day.
he'd probably get there faster than driving from Brookline
Yes.
to.
That's baller status, baby.
That I'm not gonna argue. Here's another good one from Drake Maye. Asking about Josh McDaniels. More importantly, how he admired how Tom Brady worked in Josh McDaniels' system. It's right here.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was awesome. I think he's what he's done with the Patriots, I think speaks for itself. He's coached one of the greatest, and I think the greatest to play. And what a success he had at the Patriots, and he's been a head coach as well. So he's got a lot of experience, and his stuff works. And if he proves it works, and his stuff's already in the system from all the years of the databases and the years they had it with Coach McDaniels, on kind of the film stuff. So it's been nice. I know a little bit of the terminology just from watching some old Tom stuff, but looking forward to getting things rolling, and he's fired up as well.
Was he talking straight X's and O's on the first phone call? Was it a FaceTime, a Zoom? Like how nitty gritty did we get right away?
Yeah, a little bit. Offensive coordinators they always find a way to gravitate towards talking X's and O's. So it wasn't too much. I think getting to know me first, and obviously that's a big deal for him, getting to know his players. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You watch Tom Brady. They're already talking X's and O's. That was Drake Maye on Up and Adams with Kay Adams. I love it. I mean, this is a guy that's saying what him and Josh McDaniels have spoken about. They're already on the same page. And he's a guy that's fully bought in. He's like, I understand the history there. Like, he just gets it. It's more than the speak you hear of, yeah, I'm excited to work with him. His experience has been around the league. It's like, no. I watched him with the greatest player of all time. And that's going to continue to be the outlook. Josh McDaniels is going to coach him hard. Very, very demanding of every position group. That's going to demand a lot.
Sure.
A lot of Drake Maye and the wide receivers. But Drake Maye is open to it, man. And you know what? I think the one thing he got out of his rookie season, Travis, aside from experience, perspective.
Yeah.
When Josh McDaniels is bearing down on him, giving him a playbook, 800 sheets of paper
Coaching him
thick,
hard. Yep.
He's going to go, I'll take this over last season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, where everyone was looking at him to be the savior, right?
Yeah.
They were looking to him. Like, what do you want to do, Drake?
Yep.
Look, you want to talk about Patriot way. I mean, this kid, they have indoctrinated this kid the right way. You're watching tape of Tom Brady. You're hanging with Josh McDaniels, learning from him. Vrabes is your coach. Like, he is surrounded, okay, with the cloak of the Patriots. Now, I remember we did something, you and I, was it a Fanatics rookie thing or something where Tom went and talked to all the rooks? You remember this? And he obviously took a liking to Drake Maye, and we think there's a really good relationship there. I feel like, he's, I would have to guess, can pick up the phone and call Tom anytime.
Can he? Tom owns the Raiders.
I would think.
Can Tom pick up the phone?
Oh, you mean like collusion or
Yeah,
something?
like literally, I don't think Tom can pick up that phone.
Can he? Because he's calling games every Sunday. I mean, what's the big deal?
I get what you're saying.
He
though,
talks to Jaden Daniels.
that had to have been is that a report
Yeah,
that came out?
I've seen him do it. He's like, we FaceTime. He talks to Shadur. He's getting drafted. Tom
I don't know
FaceTimes.
what's allowed anymore.
I don't think there are rules.
I don't think Goodell cares.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Goodell gives because you know what?
He doesn't care.
Side tangent. Tom Brady's a partial owner of the Raiders.
Right.
And as we saw just happen in New Orleans,
yes,
Roger Goodell doesn't care what you do as long as you are an owner of an NFL franchise.
Facts.
Roger Goodell, you spineless. I'm done.
He really is, bro. We need to change
I wish
it
I had
back
a green screen behind
with
me because our
fire.
director, Jay, could have given me fire. I really do. We'll work on that. I like the hard set. I like it.
Bro, I mean, Drake Maye is set up for success in every way possible. Patriots history, learning from the greats. I think he's going to become a really, and it goes back to what I said, he's going to be more efficient.
Yeah.
So he has an opportunity now to become an all-around quarterback. We don't need the big – I know he's a gunslinger, and I don't want to change that from him, George. I like that about him.
Yeah.
But we don't need you to make hero plays all the time. Caleb Williams has to learn this in Chicago, too. A lot of these young guys. Just manage the game. Death by 1,000 cuts is what I've been using as sort of the analogy.
You know who does that?
Mahomes.
No, not even. Jaden Daniels. That's the most efficient offense. One of the most efficient offenses in the NFL.
Jaden Daniels.
And that was an offense, especially when they got hot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, let's get to 3rd and 4 and then 4th and 1, and we're going to do 4-down territory.
That's right.
This entire drive.
Bro.
3rd and 7, let's get to 4th and 3.
Yeah.
4-down territory.
Efficient. I
Yes.
think Mahomes is the best at it because when Mahomes first started with Tyreek Hill,
50 touchdowns his first full season as a
Travis
starter.
Kelce was younger, so there were more splashy plays.
Yeah.
He loses Tyreek Hill. Everything gets condensed. They become a defensive team.
Defenses change.
All of a sudden, this guy is as efficient as it gets. He doesn't turn the ball over. I think that's what – I'm not comparing Drake and Mahomes, but I'm saying I think we'll see a more efficient Drake Maye in the future years to come.
We've seen the best version of Justin Herbert so far
Yeah.
because Jim Harbaugh went to him and said, I'm going to get the most out of you.
That's right.
By asking the least you've ever been
Less.
asked.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Sometimes less is more, and that's what's
Yeah.
going to be with Drake May. Here's one more. This is the juicy one, Travis, one I'm excited to talk about. With Kay Adams, talking about free agent wide receivers.
I'm not going to ask you which free agent you'd like to bring to Boston, but I'm going to ask you, if you had $120 million in cap space from P&G for Battle of the Paddles, which free agent that you were around at the Pro Bowl would you want to bring into the mix?
That's a great.
Hey,
Okay, you got some great questions here today.
Jamar.
Jamar's obviously a great answer. I think. Another receiver there that I met. Nico Collins was awesome. Nico was awesome. Any other free agents? Who else? I don't even know any other free agents. Justin Jefferson. He's an easy person to.
Jamar Chase, 6 foot, 200. Justin Jefferson, 6'1".
Any of them, George.
Around 200. Nico Collins, 6'4", 222. My guy's got a type. Everyone's got a type. Everyone has a type. I'll say it. Look at my resume. Only ever dated brunettes. My fiance, brunette. Love her to death. You know what Drake Maye's looking at? You know who I've had? Look at my resume. My best receivers, 6 foot and above.
Yeah.
Big dudes, playmakers, elite number 1 wide receivers.
Sounds good to me.
You know who's 6'4", 215?
T. Higgins?
Bingo.
Yeah. I like it.
Hey, credit. That was on Up and Adams with Kay Adams. Credit to Kay Adams how to word that question. It was wise. Trav, you know what? At the end of the day, he said, too, when he's naming those 3 guys. Now, of course, they're all Pro Bowlers. Bona fide number 1.
Yes.
Not a number 1 for us.
Not in question.
Which,
right.
T. Higgins, you can argue.
Yeah.
Bona fide number 1.
Straight studs.
He's not above having a talented guy on the outside. He's not trying to give me any receiver. And, you know, he can. We literally saw him do it.
Yeah.
This past year with Pop Douglas. Pop was great for them. But he's saying, give me a bona fide number 1. No doubt about it. This is a true top guy, elite outside talent in the league.
You know what hearing that sound made me think of? Because his numbers were pretty good, but I just wish T. Higgins was a Pro Bowler and they had got to hang around and he had got to throw to him.
Yeah.
And he had got to kind of pick his brain and vice versa, right?
Yep.
T. Higgins learns to really like this Drake Maye kid. I got to hang out with him at the Pro Bowl. I liked his vibe. I like the ball he throws. I wish that had happened because all these guys that he's around, and you're right, it was a great question by Kay, but I mean we're not in the market for any of them, unfortunately. And I just wish, because his numbers were really good, George. I just wish T. Higgins was a Pro Bowler, and they had a chance to vibe.
My one thing, I remember watching the national championship game, and Jeremiah Smith beat Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
The Patriots trade back from 4 to get the Jets' 7th overall pick in next year's first.
You're trying to get Jeremiah Smith now?
They trade back from 7 to get the Colts' 14th pick and their first in 2026 and 2027. So with all those first, I'm honing in on 2027. So they got the Jets' 2027 first round, excuse me.
Oh, my God.
You take those 3 firsts you have in 2027, take
the
all
one.
3, and you trade up to number 1 overall, and you take Jeremiah Smith.
Okay. Can we just get to Wednesday? Can you just relax? Like, I mean, come on, dog. We're going 27.
Yep.
Okay.